But let's get started with our first presenter, which is Xoto from Viddyoze.
Hello, am I good to go?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey guys, my name is Joey. I'm from a company called Viddyoze. We create 3D animations in the cloud. So imagine you have a logo for your business. Basically, you can log into our app, upload your logo, and we animate your logo and make it look really cool. So it's a really, really simple product. Over the last couple of years, we've managed to generate over about 70,000 customers. In our first year, we went ahead and done around about $2.5 million in sales. And that was just through a process of kind of learning as we go. A lot of what we've done is kind of just learning and failing upwards. So it's been a pretty kind of crazy experience, to be honest. Oh, am I clicking? There we go. So just to tell you a little bit about what we, in terms of the software, you can basically create animations without having to go through the normal obstacles that you would go through. So normally when you want to make an animation, you would have to outsource it. You would have to hire somebody to make it for you, or you would have to use really complicated software. But with Viddyoze, you can basically create everything in the cloud without having to actually use any kind of special software or having any kind of technical experience. So you can even do it from your phone. If you're on the train, if you're in a bar, you can make animations just kind of walking around. So it's really cool. So, there we go. Sorry. There we go. So as I said, since 2015, we've done about 70,000 customers so far. Those are paying customers. We have generated $2 million in the first year. In the second year, we're on target to do around about $7 million in sales. And we've got $3 million in annual recurring revenue. So we've had a pretty explosive second year, and it's come with a lot of growing pains and a lot of difficulties. But hopefully, we're just looking to kind of keep going, keep growing. Everything we've done so far, we've done it ourselves off our own back. We've not had any funding or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. Cool.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate it. And next up, we have David Creuzot from Konbini.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. Okay, thank you. So I'll try to go very fast because I have just 2 minutes. And Konbini is a media/influencer, and we are the fast and curious company, and it's our DNA actually. And we are fast because if you want to talk to the youth, and if you want to grab their attention, you have to be very visual because we share what we like. We don't share what we don't like. So this is something which is very different when you see that in the media industry. And the most important thing for us is to create debate and to create conversation around our content. And this is why we define ourselves as an influencer. And so I'll show you some example of what we are producing because we are a production studio, so it's very hard. It's a very short edit of 20 seconds. But I'll show you an example of our iconic show, which is the Fast and Curious interview. And after that, an example of an interview we did with Tim Cook 2 weeks ago. So it's interesting to see the kind of answers that we have from these people. And a short example of branded content. So it's 20 seconds. It's very, very short. Sound.
Blowjob.
If I were a French student and I were 10 years old, I think it would be more important for me to learn coding than English.
I think there's something wrong with your phone. It doesn't have my number in it.
So it's a very, very, very short edit. And yeah, the thing is that, so, can I have the next slide? Yeah. And so we are an influencers with a huge impact on culture and society, and we are a very fast growing company. We changed a lot these 2 last year, and we grew very, very fast. Now we are 200 employees, and we opened a lot of new countries. We are now global. And so we continue to grow. We'll open in January, Germany, Italy, and the Maghreb and the Ivory Coast. And our strategy is very simple because we go where the millennials are. And when you look at Africa, there are more and more millennials in Africa. And we go where the social networks are because we are mainly on Facebook and on Snapchat. We are partners of Discover with Snapchat. So it's very important to move where these people are. It's very difficult for us to go in China for the moment because we are Facebook-centric. And but in the next year, we'll try to do it. And just to finish and to tell you a little, I want to conclude with a little story with the previous French president, François Hollande, because I know that he's around. We did his last interview in France, so it was very interesting to have him on a digital media. It was the first time. And we did it on Snapchat, so it was the first time for him on Snapchat as well. And so it gave this kind of content.
Vous aimez Snapchat? Vous aimez Konbini? Vous savez pas si vous m'aimez? Alors regardez Konbini sur Snapchat, j'y serai.
So it's a new style. This is the kind of content that we do every day. And the thing is that last year it has moved a lot. You know, the media industry is upside down. I think that it's upside down. It's quite sick. And I guess that companies like us are now the new normal for the youth. And so we work on that every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. And next up, we have Quentin Bordage from Brands and Celebrities.
Hi, my name is Quentin. Do you have the presentation? Do you have the slide? Sorry, thanks. Okay. Data. Data is a new black, and it's everywhere. Every industry has initiated its data revolution. At Brendan and Celebrities, we use data and new technologies to disrupt the influence marketing industry. It's a huge untapped market of $24 billion each year, and it's going to double in the next 5 years. This is the next big trend. Basically, Basically, you have 3 ways to use influencers. Endorsement, like this global campaign we did with Novak Djokovic and Gerblé. You have expertise, like speakers, sports players, philosophers, artists that can speak on events like this. And you have also social media influence. And this is becoming very big. Why? Because brand can reach millions of consumers instantly in the world, targeted on their demographics or on their affinities. And this is becoming a real media, a big media, and brands are investing a lot on it. They do so because it is very, very, very efficient. It is more efficient than traditional advertising techniques. Look at this graph and this comparison between influencer marketing and display marketing on Google Trends. You see that there is a shift on the market. They also do so because they don't have a choice. Look at this graph. This is the development of ad blockers. Traditional marketing techniques won't work tomorrow, and native advertising, influencer marketing, is the best answer to that. At Brand and Celebrities, we collect millions of data about millions of influencers in the world. We use those data to match them with brands, and then we provide all the tools brands and marketing agencies need to manage their campaign up to the return on investment measurement. I created the company 6 years ago. We are 45 now, based in Paris. We raised €3 million last year to develop our growth globally. And we are very proud to be here today. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Quentin. So I really wanted to start out because there's a reoccurring theme across all of your companies, and what I've seen a lot of successes in growth is content and creating compelling content that engages and generates the validated response that you're trying to get from the consumers. So first off with Joey, can you talk a little bit about creating quality content at scale and how you guys found a need for creators that are trying to create content that engages the core audience that they're trying to reach?
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about it from both perspectives. So we've always thought about creating high quality content to sell our own services. So we spend a tremendous amount of time and effort creating really engaging documentary style content, voyeuristic video content for our audience to check out, because I feel like it gives our audience a really cool way to look at our story and learn a little bit about our personality. And I think video is such a cool way to connect with your audience and show that we really are. So video content for us has been really important to kind of connect with our audience. But then also from the audience side, as in our customers, they use our animations to basically stand out from the crowd. There's video content all over the web. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of millions of hours of content online. So for us and our customers, the main thing is how do you stand out in a massive crowd, and how do you make your brand look good? So one of the things we do with videos is we allow people to make it easier to do that. By creating cool stingers, creating cool outros and things like that, and that really helps the video content look good, and it helps them engage their customers, it helps them engage their audience.
No, I think that's brilliant, because any content creator can tell you it's very difficult to produce content at scale that's of high quality. So I think you guys have built a tremendous platform. David, to you, you talk about sharing content that you guys love, and that's your motto, and being fast and curious. But for those of the people in the audience that are trying to grow through content, are there any tips or strategies or through lines or themes that you've seen that have worked tremendously well in growing the massive audience that you've been able to generate over the past few years?
Yes, well, I think that, yeah, the content has changed a lot. And for us, we launch more and more content around politics and society. And it works very well because I guess that the people are waiting for more debates. They want to share their opinions. And the thing that we want is much more to have conversation around our content than shares. And so we have noticed that there are much more interaction with the content where you can find opinions, and that's why I guess it's very important to share content that you believe in, because if you just share content like it's an info, you won't have conversation, you won't have debates, you won't have opinions, and so it won't work. You won't have this viral effect on your content. So that's why we do more and more politics, and we did it as I just showed with François Hollande, but we talk a lot about politics, about news, and I think that we will do that more and more. Environment as well is a huge topic for us. And I think the pop culture content is very interesting, but there's a lot of people who are talking about pop culture. So you have to create and to promote what you like in terms of musicians, artists, all these kind of people. I guess this is our choice. We decided to promote what we love, and this is my main advice if you want to succeed on a social network.
Thank you for that. So I think what I'm hearing is that if you want people to care about your content, you need to care about it yourself, because if you don't have a point of view that you're passionate about, nobody's going to pay attention to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Quentin, can you talk about the power of influencers and partnering brands and Fortune 500 companies with influencers to create compelling content to reach the intended audience that they're trying to engage?
What do you want to know about that?
Well, just for people out there that have never done an influencer campaign, which maybe a lot of people out there, is what is the power at a very high level? What is the power of engaging an influencer to push your message or your brand for you?
In fact, using influencers allows you to target directly your target audience. It's very efficient because you have a lot of data on the social networks, on the web to identify them. And it provides you with return on investment that are very, very high compared to traditional campaign. It's on the different project we worked, it's sometimes 6 to 10 times more efficient than traditional advertising campaigns. So, for example, the kind of project we do, we selected and launched campaign for a big car company or a big insurance company, and identify like 100 celebrities and influencers online, and coordinated all the content they pushed at the same time, or almost at the same time, the same day, and we help them to monitor all the content and all the return on investment. This is a lot of campaign we do today for Fortune 100, 500 companies.
Great, thanks. And you mentioned data and analytics. Going back to you, David, how do you guys use data and analytics in making your content decisions? Do you guys use it at all, or is it just gut creative instinct?
No, yeah, we have a data team which is working on all the, with the main tools that we have on social media. But as I said, it's not essential for us. We monitor what we do, and we pay a great attention of what we share, and the result we have. But it's much more important for us to believe in what we share. And as I said, the most important thing for us is conversation, debates, and this is what is more important for us. We are not an algorithm, driven company. We are much more, I think, a creative company. And this is, I guess, something important, because on social media you have more and more technological, solutions, and less creative, solutions. So we are on the creative side of the social media.
Great, thanks. And Joey, going back to you, a similar question that I posed to Quentin. With all the content that you've been able to produce on your side of pushing content out there to the world, are there any takeaways that you've seen of trends or strategies that really helped engage users to engage with the content that you're pushing out to the world?
Again, it depends on the perspective you're looking from. So if it's from our perspective as a company wanting to sell our service, the content we use is all about storytelling. We tell our story. We're very transparent about our business. We're very transparent about our daily lives and everything that we accomplish, everything that we fail in. So we're very, very clear to our customers about our story. And I think people find it very, very addictive. And they really find likability in people when you can see someone's true story. So that's what really makes our content engaging, and that's what makes our audience buy into us as a brand and as a company. They really buy into our personal stories. And that's kind of the message that we give to our customers too. We tell them and we teach them about how they can make their content more engaging by doing that kind of thing. So I think from both sides, I think it's just about, in terms of a trend, I couldn't say that it's a specific trend. I just think that if you look at anybody on YouTube, big brands and big personalities, the reasons that people love them is because they're very transparent about who they are and they sell their personality. So I think content needs to be about your story and your personality, pretty much.
Great. Well, it looks like we're out of time, and just wanted to say thank you again to Joey, David, and Quentin. It was really insightful, and I appreciate you taking the time today.